Hello there. Oh, suppose I'm in the wrong movie. You're here to see a movie about a shed, eh? Well, I'll tell you a bit about what I did, and hopefully by the end of this, you too can have the high ground. Okay, I finally got all the parts out of the box for this Suncast 7x7 shed. I cleaned out this area and swept it, and we're gonna try putting it here onto the deck. There's a lot in that box. It's about 360 pounds. So I kind of got everything set out here. I'm gonna now open up the instructions and check out the rest of it and see how to throw this thing together. See how long it takes and any tips or tricks or insights I found out along the way. Okay, the work is in progress. I left a lot of these bags separate to help me with the instructions to what goes with what. All right, now I got the glass panels in, the plexiglass panels in behind each door, and there's a weather stripping you put on inside it, and there's also these locks for up and down, the left door. And now I've just been getting done with the two halves here, the headers, putting this top bracket in, the screen there, and this crossbar. And each of these pieces is marked pretty well, so it tells you the header or not. And this screen, I would say, be very careful when you tighten those screws. If you tighten them too much, it'll shift and tear the screen. And this bar here, I got the screws part way in, and then I could wiggle the bar to where I want it, and then I tightened them fully. So yeah, so I think I'm ready to go to the next step of the project. All right, this cross beam assembly took a few steps. The middle, some lock washers and bolts, 2 arms, and then these cross beams. And what I've been using for these nuts is a combination 11 millimeter, this way, or 7/16. And having a socket and a wrench, or even a crescent wrench, has been helping. Okay, I just want to give you an approximate time stamp of how long all this has been taking. It's been about, I'm getting close to 3.5 hours, and I think now I'm ready to finally get the walls up. A lot of it is screwing in tons of different screws and putting weather stripping in and hardware. These are the roof panels, there's 4 of them, and when you screw these in, what actually I found handy was to start with the bottom one and to feed it through a little bit so you can see the point, because you kind of have to manually squish this down with the rubber seal while you screw them in. So it helps to have them on their side like this, and you can just lean against it and just take your time and don't over tighten it. And there's 4 of them for the 4 panels. Yeah, and then this assembly for part of the roofing structure took some lock nuts and washers. And yeah, I think I'm about ready. And the windows and the door and the hardware latches. I think I'm about ready to actually start putting the whole shed together, but I gotta let the dog out and maybe get a quick snack. Like I said, I think at this point it's about 3:30 I started, and it's almost 7, so that's 3.5 hours. So this won't take you like 10 minutes or anything. Well, now I've got a big problem. I gotta slide this center support out there. I'm gonna look in a second, but see, on each left and right side, you've got to slide this metal bar down this channel and then screw it in. The only problem is earlier they had me bolt that to the roof thing, and I can't fit it. I would have to raise the whole thing above the deck and then slide it down, and I don't have room. So the only thing I could think of, see these long arms? I have to get all the way above and slide it down. I'm gonna see if I can, and that peak makes it even higher. I'm gonna see if I can undo the side, slide them down, and then re-bolt it. I wish I would have realized that before. Okay, this is what I mean. I took one of the side bar pieces off, and see, it's got to fit in this channel, so I think I can get this way up here. Come on now. Well, I think it's gonna work this way. Basically, I just had to disassemble it to try to slide each side piece, and then I'll reconnect the top. And man, this galvanized stuff has gunk all over it, so be advised of that. Well, okay, I got that back up there, so I had to basically put that together and disassemble it. So if you have limited headroom like I do, I would wait before you connect these lock nut bolts on the sides or you're not going to be able to slide the tracks in. So let's see what the next step is. Probably this, some kind of spanning beam across the whole thing. Okay, well I got this center beam connected now across the whole middle. Oh, I think I need to put one more nut up there in the middle. But yeah, looks like we got the whole top beam done. And it is a lot sturdier than it was before, but I think those roof panels are going to make it even stronger. Well, I got the left side roof panels on now, and the right side ones are assembled with the peak. They took a little bit of finagling here because you got to use the hammer to pound that down while you're holding down these edges, because there's 3 tabs on there and 3 tabs on the front that you got to make sure it's slotted down as you pound it in. But I think I'm pretty good, and the channels on top lined up. I think I'm probably going to have to run screws into that middle beam. All right, well, it's finally good that we got this Suncast 7x7 shed all put together. It did take quite a bit of time. I would make sure you had at least 6 hours. I'm giving a whole look around it. We put it under our deck on the back cement patio slab. It seemed like a good spot for it, and it is pretty heavy. I believe it's 360 pounds, that whole box. And I had to have a neighbor help me because he had a large truck. Here, let's take a look inside real fast. You can see all these different panels and how they interlock. It took quite a bit because a lot of these things have so many screws, but I'm just kind of give you an example of the whole place. I've seen some videos where people add shelving for stability and just more storage, but right now we might not need to do that. Oh, there's my lightsaber. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good project.